Welcome. So this is the Getting to Know the First Year Experience webinar for the Getting to Know Michigan series. Thank you all so much for joining us. We will go ahead and get started with some introductions. So my name is Allie Hart. I serve as our Associate Director, and I use she, her pronouns, and I will pass it to Alexa.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us. And if you're joining us later, it's great to have you here to learn more about our office. My name is Alexa. I also use she, her pronouns, and I'm a program manager at First Year Experience, where I work with a team of great undergraduate students, a few of them who we have here present today. So I'll pass it to Erin to introduce herself.
Hi, my name is Erin, and I use she, her pronouns. I'm a senior at Michigan, and I serve as a program assistant with FYE. And I'll pass it to Jillian.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jillian. I am a junior at Michigan, and I am a program facilitator for FYE, and my pronouns are she, her, hers.
Awesome. Thank you all for introducing yourselves. And for those of you who are joining us, we will be sharing a little bit about our office today, and we will also have time for questions at the end. And so if you do have any questions, you're welcome to use the Q&A feature as a part of the Zoom meeting, and we will go ahead and address those as we're able to. So I will go ahead and get started by sharing a little bit of organizational context, just to let you know kind of where First Year Experience is in the University of Michigan. This is kind of the organizational landscape. So within the university, there's lots of different parts as you're navigating, I'm sure, and learning about the various parts of the university. So student life is an area of the organization that really is about the student experience outside of the classroom. And so within that, there's about 28-ish units. There's a lot of different areas that are here to support your students, and housing is one of those. And then we are a part of Michigan Housing. So that's kind of how we fit into the student life part of the organization. So to share a little bit more about our work with students, I'd like to pass it to Alexa.
Thank you. So if you could go on to the next slide, I'll talk about two of our values here. And so we function under the realm of Journey, Discover, Connect, and Thrive. Those are the 4 values that we have at the core of all of our work. So with Journey, we're specifically here to support your students as they journey towards their personal and academic goals, and also discovering ways that they can unlock campus resources and opportunities. And I will pass it to Jillian to talk about a little bit of our other values.
Yes, so our other values are Connect. We connect students with others and help you make new friends in your communities. And we also encourage thriving, which includes de-stressing and promoting well-being.
And so our work is really in 3 different tiers within our office. So we have our required programs, which were typically in person, but are currently online for this upcoming year. And we have our FYE and partner programs, where we offer programs within our office and also partner with other university offices or departments across campus. And then opportunities for longer term learning, where we can provide your students with different experiences in and outside of the classroom to support their educational journey throughout Michigan. And I'll pass it back to Allie to talk a little bit about our required programs.
Awesome, thank you. So within our office, you may have read about our required programs as a part of orientation. We have 2 EverFi online courses that all incoming undergraduates will receive around the week of August 16th. So you don't have access to them yet, but you will soon. The ones in the box here are Alcohol EDU and Sexual Assault Prevention for undergraduates. So all incoming first year and transfer students receive these EverFi online courses. And then students who are continuing in their academic journey at Michigan, so sophomores, juniors, seniors, every year are sent our Sexual Assault Prevention Ongoing Education course. So students will receive those the week of August 16th with the deadline of completing them before the first day of classes. So these online modules are really meant to provide information on healthy relationships, alcohol and other drug education, and prevention work. And so there's lots of good information and resources available within those courses as well. And so students will receive those in the next couple of weeks to complete before the first day of classes. In addition to the EverFi courses, we have a Canvas module that students will receive in September called Community Matters, a virtual guide for real relationships. So within this slide, it shares a little bit about the how of the course as well as the what of the course. And so this Canvas module is interactive. So there are video components, there are lots of links that you can follow and resources, text and things to read, as well as some quizzes. It takes about an hour to complete. And it's really been student-centered and student-driven in terms of how this was developed. So student voice actors, animators, lots of input. So we've got these fun characters that you can see on the bottom left of the screen that are a part of this webinar that's within Canvas. So incoming transfer students and first-year students will receive this via Canvas in September, followed by some reminders. So that will be when it's available. And then the content is really, again, related to creating healthy communities, encouraging community members to take accountability, taking accountability for ourselves, and supporting community members who have experienced harm. So really good, healthy relationship skills and what it means to be in community. So some helpful communication strategies and skills as students are kind of getting acclimated and transitioning to the university environment. So those are all the requirements for students. So the EverFi courses and then the Community Matters module. And so students will receive lots of information about these via email, so you don't need to worry that you've missed anything. We will make sure to send them to you. And those will be completed pretty much by the end of September, early October is when you'll be all wrapped up with those requirements. So you can always email our office if you have any questions about those as well. So then to move away from our required programs, I will pass it along.
So the University of Michigan has so many resources available to students, and first-year experience is one of those resources. So students can actually request programs for themselves or for a group of students. So these programs are led by students, so undergraduate students who are really dedicated towards improving first-year experience at Michigan. And so in these programs, they help them learn tips, tricks, and how to learn about how to be successful at Michigan. So some of our examples of our program that we offer is money management, which just helps students access their spending habits. We talk about how to use a budget and offer different websites that can help them be more financially responsible. But we offer a ton of programs. Some of them are more structured, and then Taking Care of Amazing is a really fun program where you can make friends and just play games with our facilitators. And we also have an upcoming event, the Go Blue 5K, that's hosted with us in Rec Sports, which is Sunday, September 19th, 11 a.m. It's just a fun way to be active and make new friends. You can run, walk, jog, whatever you're comfortable with, but you can also just make friends in person. And students will receive more information about this event via the FYE newsletter through their email. And I'll actually pass it to Jillian to talk about some program series that FYE offers.
Yes, so FYE does offer program series, and these are offered over a specific time period and with a theme. So some examples are Finals Finish Line, which is during finals season each semester, where we offer like a week of a few of our different program types, like Erin mentioned, money management, time management, prioritize wellness, etc. We also offer winter warm up at the beginning of the winter semester and March meetup month. That we have an event coming up, so save the date. We are offering a college success symposium on both Sunday, September 26th and Sunday, October 3rd, both from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. For more information, check your email. More details will come soon. And when it comes to these events, students can view and register for them all in one place, which is Sessions. But check our website and the monthly FYE newsletter for upcoming events. And I will pass it to Erin again.
Yeah, so FYE offers some optional long-term learning opportunities. One of those is ALA 171, which is Making the Most of Michigan. It is a really fun mini course that's only 7 weeks and is 1 credit. So it's credit, no credit, so there's not a grade that you receive for it. And it's led by upper class students who have enjoyed their experience at Michigan and really want to help first-year students like really thrive and be connected with resources. So I actually facilitated this class and it's really fun. And students have a really great time just learning about different ways to build your network. You make a LinkedIn, we do it, build in portfolio. You also just learn a lot of ways of how to connect in and outside of the classes and then identify settings and goals. And it's also offered for second year students who may not have the best experience online. So it's your first year, transfer students, and also sophomores who maybe weren't on campus the first semester. So it's really guaranteed to help you succeed and adjust at Michigan. And I'll pass it back to Jillian to talk about community building.
Yeah, FYE offers a few different opportunities for community building with other students and with FYE staff. So first, we offer the Community Matters Cohort Program, or CMCP, which is a group that connects weekly in small groups over the course of the semester, just making friends and discussing how to community build together. And then also we are offering the first year community engagement cohort, or FYCEC, which is in partnership with the Ginsberg Center, which is another office on campus. And this cohort will connect weekly to learn about, participate in, and reflect on community engagement opportunities. And for this cohort, you need to register by September 10th if you are interested, but more details will be coming to students via email. And I will pass it on to Alexa.
Yes, thank you. And so we really do value community building and students just being able to get to know other students. This is a picture of our Community Matters team from 2019. So just wanted to share that with you all as well. And then we have additional opportunities. So if you're thinking that if you're a student that maybe you don't know if you can commit to some of these opportunities for an entire semester, that is completely okay. We still have opportunities for you to get to meet others and make new friends. And a central part of that is our community meetups. So these are one-time events that you can attend based on interest. So some community meetups that we've done in the past have been knitting. We did a community meetup for horror movie lovers. For any like foodies or people who are interested in cooking and learning new recipes. You don't need to have any experience in that interest or hobby. If you just wanted to attend and learn more and meet new people, this is the perfect place for you. So if you look on our website, just firstyearexperience.umich.edu, you can see a calendar of upcoming meetups. What's currently on our website, I believe, is from the winter semester, but we will be sure to update that once we have the meetup schedule for the fall. And you can attend as many as you would like. And then we also have welcome programs available to welcome you all to campus because we are very excited to have you present. So we have an opportunity called Welcome Ambassadors with Campus Information Center, or CIC, where students can email a group of upperclassmen students to ask any questions that they have in their first month at U of M. We're also going to be having the class photo with the Office of New Student Programs, or ONSP, on September 5th, which is a really fun tradition for all incoming classes to be able to get together and take a photo that will actually be posted in the Michigan Union, which is one of our central buildings on campus. And you can see all the other class photos from other years where we get together and we actually form a Block M. And we also will be having a Diag Day with the Office of New Student Programs with tabling opportunities and games and resources to share with you. And as previously mentioned, we'll be having our Go Blue 5K with Rec Sports on September 19th and our College Success Symposium on September 26th. And we really encourage you all to either learn more about these events on our website or just be actively checking your email. As a student, you will automatically receive these opportunities in your email. So we hope to see you there.
An additional opportunity is our Student Advisory Board. So our first year experience Student Advisory Board, we actually just had our first iteration of this this past year. So it's an opportunity for about 8 to 10 first year, second year, and transfer students to come together approximately bi-weekly. So schedule kind of depends a little bit on what's going on that month, on Wednesday evenings from 6 to 8 p.m. And it's an opportunity for students to serve as liaison to the first year student community, amplifying the needs of first year students and proposing program ideas that will address those needs. It's also a great space for students to build community with one another, as well as like learn to provide feedback to an office, learn to ask questions. And so also wanted to share a quote here from a board member from this past year. that this person said through the FYE SIB, I was exposed to different resources at the university and how to make the most of them. So lots of opportunities for students to learn more about various offices, provide feedback about their experiences, and ask questions of offices as well. So that's an additional opportunity that is available, and the application for that will be available in late August. So students will be able to apply for that as well. And I do see that we have a couple of raised hands, and so want to remind folks that if you have a question, you're welcome to use the Q&A feature, and we will address those very soon. We're getting close to the end of our kind of presentation portion, and then we will definitely want to address your questions.
FYE has many ways to connect with students, and one of which is the monthly FYE newsletter, which is sent to every incoming student at the beginning of the month, and has all the information on how to request programs and any upcoming programs that we are hosting. And then if you also are on social media, if your children are on social media, we have housing, housing Instagram and Facebook, so you can also see our programs and some flyers for stuff. And then once students actually come to our program, we have the FYE follow-up squad, which is a way for us to reconnect with students after they attend our program, just to make sure they're doing well and are doing great with the resources. And it's also a way for them to ask upperclassmen more questions about how we adjust at Michigan and any resources we may use. And then new this summer is the Getting to Know Michigan ONSP, which is what we're doing currently. And there are also some more with other university programs. And that is our website at the bottom, firstyearexperience.umich.edu, which you'll find everything that we talked about and also more information about our programs and offerings. So that is the end of our formal presentation.
Yes, thank you all so much for all that great information and for all of you for being here with us while we've gone over it. And so we also want to address some of your questions. And so as they come up for you, you're welcome to add them to the Q&A here. I have a couple of questions now that we could go through. So one of them is there a specific date for the Community Matters module? And then I'll just expand upon that about when do I need to complete the required programs? So with our required programs, students will receive the EverFi courses the week of August 16th and need to complete those before the first day of classes on August 30th. And then students will receive the Community Matters module mid-September. So there's not a specific date today that I can share. However, it'll be about mid-September when students receive that. And we'll make sure that they receive an email, they'll get it via Canvas. It'll be very clear and they'll have some time to complete that hour-long module. And so it's called a webinar, but it's not like at a specific time. So they can take it for all of these. They can take them at whatever time works for their schedule. So that's the question regarding the Community Matters module. And then there was also a question that came in around what events are coming up this semester. So Alexa, I'm going to go back a few slides. Would you mind sharing a little bit about some of our events that are coming up?
Yes, definitely. So as Ali is scrolling back through that, well, I guess I can answer that in two parts. So Erin mentioned before about how students can request a program at any time if you're interested in having an individual program to talk more about developing skills or learning tools for your success at U of M. And so you can begin requesting those programs now. I actually just sent the link in the Zoom chat for everyone who is live here with us. If you're watching this afterwards, you can go on our website, just firstyearexperience.umich.edu to request a program there as well. The longer term learning opportunities that I mentioned are the also Community Matters cohort program, which I just sent the interest form in the chat, and the first year community engagement cohort with the Ginsberg Center, which I also just sent the link there as well. Some of our one-time more active events that are going to be happening are so with the set dates that we have so far, we're going to have the class photo with the Office of New Student Programs on September 5th, the Diag Day with Office of New Student Programs as well on September 9th, the Go Blue 5K with Rec Sports on September 19th, and the College Success Symposium on September 26th. So as far as details when it comes to times and locations and how to register, any student who is an incoming student, meaning first year, transfer, or a rising sophomore as well, will automatically get those details in their email through the First Year Experience newsletter. So you don't have to sign up separately for the newsletter. It's automatically there right in your inbox. And there are filled with like amazing opportunities like our events and other offices on campus as well. And so as long as you're checking your email pretty frequently, you can expect to get that communication from us once a month.
Thanks, Alexa. And I'll also add these community meetups on the same slide take place every Friday. And so it's different times every Friday, kind of depending on the student who's facilitating it, but it's based on a particular area of interest, and that every Friday afternoon, it's usually the afternoon, there's an opportunity for students to gather based on a specific area of interest as well. And that's just kind of for the first 6 weeks. We'll also have other program series, other things that are coming up that we will keep up to date on our website, as well as a website that I want to put in a plug for. If you're not familiar with Happening at Michigan, it is the main events website, the whole events calendar for the university. So it has events from lots of offices, not just FYE, but it is a place that you'll always be able to find our events as well. It's a great place to find opportunities. So then my next question is for Erin. If you don't, I'm going the wrong direction. Erin, can you please share about how students can register for ALA 171?
Yeah, so I just put the link to the course guide that goes straight to ALAOS 171. There are a couple sessions still open, but since we are really passionate about getting students in the class, if you just email or join the waitlist for any section, you'll definitely get in. So if you go to the link, go to the course guide, you'll see the open ones, and if they're closed, join the waitlist, or you can email the course coordinators and we will get you into the course. But we're really passionate about getting first-year students into the class, so you'll definitely get in.
Awesome, thank you for sharing that information. All right, so back to the question slide here. So we still have some time for questions. A couple of more have come in as well, but you're welcome to keep asking your questions in the Q&A. So a question for both of our facilitators. What is your favorite thing about working with first-year students? And Alexa too, if you want to share about your favorite thing of working with first-year students.
I can answer. I think that students are so excited and interested coming to Michigan. Julie and I have had a lot of programs over the summer where students are so excited to get to Michigan and are really want to learn all the resources possible. So it's really just fun to kind of give all the knowledge and experience that we have, and also just connect them with all the resources that are available that we know through FIE. And I also just really like creating programs and just making sure that we give all of our knowledge so that we can help make sure students have the best first year experience possible. And I'll pass it to Jillian.
Yeah, I really love just lending a helping hand, especially when that is what I needed the first year. And unfortunately, I didn't seek out the help that I could have. And I just like being the one to initiate that help for other students and being a sort of mentor, but also a peer at the same time.
And I think just one last thing I'll add is that a lot of this information, I know even for me personally, I was a student at Michigan before being able to work at the university. And a lot of these tools and tricks that we are trying to share with first year students, either I never learned during my time at Michigan, or I learned it just by chance, or by attending a different program, or by meeting someone who was able to connect me to a resource or an office or an opportunity. And so I think the work that we do is really intentional about saying, these are things that you can learn in your first year. Here are the ins and outs, and just all of the tricks and the tools that could be helpful for you. And I also think that it's great that, yes, we offer these programs through our office for any incoming students. They really are available for students of all years. And so if you are a family member or a loved one who's present as well, and maybe you do have an incoming student, but a student who's a senior who you think might also benefit from attending our programs or having this information, we happily facilitate them for everybody. And so I think just making everything as accessible as possible for students of all years is something that I really love too.
Awesome, thank you all for those responses. A couple more questions have come in. One that I think was already answered, but just to reiterate, the Happening at Michigan website is the main events calendar. Alexa has put it in the chat. And so if you're looking for that website, that's available. It's events.umich.edu, and that's Happening at Michigan. And then another question has come in about, when do incoming first year students receive their M card? What if they move in on campus before they receive their card, and what do they do for meals? So first year students who are living in the residence halls will receive their, well, a student who needs to receive their M card who's living in a residence hall will receive their M card at move-in. And so if you are looking for other MCARD information, if you're not living in a residence hall, I would reach out to the MCARD office. I hope that's helpful information. All right. Another question for our facilitators. What opportunities are you most excited about for this year?
I can take the lead here. I am just excited for all the individual or group program requests I'm sure we will get. I really enjoy being able to facilitate these programs for students, so I'm excited to get things rolling and have a good year.
I'm really excited for the College Success Symposium on September 26th. Jillian and I have been playing like that this whole summer, so I'll be really excited to actually see students like do the programs that we've planned and organized and have really thought out with like Alexa's help, of course, and just really get to see like if they really like it and just really to see that into fruition. So I'm really excited for that. And I also really like whenever we do Taking Care of Amazing You, it's just a really fun program where we just play games with students and they really get to make new friends. So those are like my main things I'm looking forward to this semester.
Thank you all. Another question we've received is about when do first year students learn about their move-in date? And so students will receive an email in your UMich email. So that's a really important piece, is that any emails from housing will come to your UMich email that has the information to sign up for a move-in slot. So that comes out in August. I'm not sure exactly the date, but students will receive that in early August. And there have also, so just like this webinar about first year experience, housing has had a Getting to Know Michigan webinar that has some of that information as well. So I would recommend looking up that YouTube video. It's on our Getting to Know Michigan page with more housing information. Okay, another question. What advice do you have for students as they start their first year?
I would say two things. One thing is if you have in-person classes, like find your class before the first day. Like a lot of my friends, like we got into like a group, or like, okay, we're gonna go through everyone's class schedule. It was just a really fun way to get to know campus and just see all of the different buildings and get lost, but you don't get lost the first day. And then like another thing I would say is just take advantage of all the resources that Michigan offers, especially like your professors, and just go to office hours and really get to know them. It's really great when they can put a face to a name and just you feel comfortable just asking them questions and getting connections for different resources and opportunities.
Yeah, I agree with everything Erin said, and I will reiterate, I think my biggest piece of advice is asking for help, taking advantage of help at any chance that you get, or whenever you need any sort of help at all. The university is here for you. Many resources, especially at FYE, for any kind of struggle. We can connect you with another office if we don't have the information or if we can't help as best as another office can. But reaching out for help is very important in your first year.
Absolutely. Thank you both for those pieces of advice. Actually, Erin, your advice around looking for your classes ahead of time connects to a question that we've received about what are we doing to help students find their way around before classes? Because so many students have either, been attending virtual campus days, that sort of thing. Like there haven't been a lot of opportunities for in-person tours due to COVID-19. And so there will be some tours that are available during welcome. So as you're learning more about Welcome to Michigan, you'll receive emails about all of the events coming up, as well as there's an app that students can download later, again, once we get a little bit closer to the start of the school year. As a part of Welcome to Michigan, it's not our office specifically that's putting them on. However, there will be some tours available for students to learn a little bit more about campus. And then we also recommend just asking questions, like Jillian was saying. If you're not sure about where to go for someplace, there's lots of great resources available. So The Campus Information Center is always a place to start with questions as well. They have a live chat feature, as well as a desk that is staffed and a phone number that folks can call. So that's always a good place. And then as students are navigating the physical space of campus within the first few days, the Campus Information Center also has kind of remote stations called Ask Me Info stations. And so those will be around. So students will see like a table that's not normally there in a few really visible places on campus, where we always get a ton of questions about this building, that building, like looking for their classes. So there are staff around in the first few days of classes to kind of help students find their way. All right. Any more questions? Can wait a moment in case any more come in. And another great place, I will give another plug for our Welcome Ambassador program. If you do have questions as you're getting started with the beginning of the school year, you'll receive information about our Welcome Ambassador program where you can send an email and connect to a real student who can answer your question and yeah, just help get you acclimated to the university as well. So that will be available once we get closer to welcome as well. So always here to answer your questions. If you want to reach out, our email address is the same as our website. So it's firstyearexperience@umich.edu. The website is .umich, the email is @umich, and we're available for your questions as well that way. All right, so if there are no other questions, I'm going to go ahead and conclude the session. Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you so much to our facilitators and to Alexa for being here today and sharing information. Anything I missed, anything else you all want to add before I go ahead and close? All right, thank you so much. And thank you all for attending and welcome to Michigan. Go Blue. We're so excited to get to meet you in the fall. Thank you.